Hey everybody, it's the Story Master here, and we had some questions about the creation process for trinkets. So I thought I'd go ahead and just, rather than try to explain that in writing, show you what we came up with this for trinkets, which we think is really cool. Somebody asked about the frames, and yes, that is actually how you will know there is a trinket in front of you, is the very cool framing system that we came up with. So I'm going to go ahead and just create a test one here just to show you. Test trinket. This is a test trinket. The brief description is what anybody sees once they click on a trinket and they bring up the full screen. And then this full text is sort of what they will see. Actually, it's exactly what they will see when they collect a trinket, and they'll be able to see all this new stuff. So that's that, and then we come down here to this drag and drop your trinket image in. So I've got this cool little police clip art freebie, free use one. So if you make any trinkets, please be sure you're using images you have the rights to. So once he's uploaded, he'll go ahead in there, and then I can move him around the area and position exactly where he's going to be, and I can pop him back to the center there. But he should fill it out a little bit more. So there he is. He's placed into my trinket, and now I get to pick a frame. And we've got all of these frames to play with here. And I see it's moving around a little bit more than it should be, so, you know, some bugs I'm still working on. It's jumping up a little bit. But I can pick let's say I want to put him in that. And then I will scroll down here a little bit. Now, here's the restrictions that we've come up with so far. Maybe we'll change these, maybe we won't, maybe we'll add over time. How many of the trinkets can be collected? That was one of the things I had mentioned. So I can set a retired limit automatically of 100 trinkets, and as soon as 100 are collected, that's it. There will be no more. I can also, if I wanted to just say that this would be only collectible when posted in the writing.com general discussion, which is what that number is. It's the general discussion forum. I can also restrict this to any of the groups that I'm a member of, or any access level there. So I could say I only want registered authors and above to be able to collect this trinket. Now, I can also hide the trinket ID, and that's when somebody opens the trinket, they won't be able to see the ID, and that makes it a little harder for people who have collected the trinket to share it with the writing ML tag. You may not want it posted everywhere, and so by hiding the ID also helps you limit how many people are going to collect that. And then do not allow transfer. So if you want this to be a trinket that you can collect and drop, but you can't transfer to somebody else, you would check that box. But I'm going to go ahead and just go with these settings for now. It is right now rated 13 plus or below for your images in here, and that is also subject to change before we do the final release. We're totally undecided on that still. But we don't want to be too restrictive, but obviously we don't want to be too unrestrictive, so we'll see. And one-time creation cost of 100,000 gift points. So you can go ahead and then preview it, and it's going to give you a quick preview of how everything looks, confirm your limit here. It's telling me the collection is limited to the writing.com general discussion, hidden, and all that stuff. Confirming again. Trinkets cannot be edited. So because of the collectability of these, it's one of those things we're probably going to leave it that way. And that's similar to trading cards. So for example, if there's a print error and it goes out and it's in somebody's pack and somebody gets that pack of cards, that's it. You have an error card. They tend to end up actually being worth more depending on the error. But once people have collected these, it's very difficult to allow anybody to edit them, because then you're editing what somebody else has already collected, and they've collected it based on the way it was originally. So we're going to say triple check your text and all of your options before you create it, and then once you're done, you can go ahead and click to create it. And then there it is. And then once you've created your own trinket, you do have to go ahead and collect it yourself, which I'm going to go ahead and do. And so now it's collected. And now that I've collected it, I have the option to transfer it, drop it, retire it, or hide it. And since this is a test, I'm going to go and retire it. And that means that nobody can collect it. It's totally just a test. Or in this case, it's just a test, but you could use it for other reasons. You've had a contest going for a year, and to make the trinkets that people had already collected worth a little bit more, maybe you retire those and you create a new one. And so people who are collecting trinkets might really want that original contest trinket once they've been involved in some of your future ones. It makes the old ones worth a little bit more, perhaps. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm the retirement. And now that trinket is retired, nobody else can collect it. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and hide it. So I can click below to hide it from the list of trinkets I've created. And basically, now that it's retired, and then once I've hidden it, that should not say confirm show. Maybe it's hidden because I retired it. Could be. Confirm hide. It might retire and hide at the same time. That would make a lot of sense. Anyway, that was the general gist of trinket creation stuff, and I went a little farther into some other blah blah. Now I've got a 6-minute video on my hands, but I just wanted to get this up, so I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to let it go. Bugs and all, you see what I'm working with. There's still just some little things in there that really need ironed out before I let everybody go ahead and create these. But the general format is there. All of the inner workings are there. I am super excited about it. I think it's very unique, and I think it's very cool. And I was really happy to see a lot of the initial excitement from everybody when I kind of showed you what we've got going on in the back here. So that's it from WDC headquarters, and I'll see you on the newsfeed.